I have the voice of a white man in my head. It's not what you think. Give me 1 second. If you are a self-doubter, if you have anxiety, if you're an overthinker, this video is for you. And I beg of you, take the next 5 minutes to watch it because this particular strategy has worked for me and it will work for you as well. Now, if you are part of my life, you will know that I am the captain of the army of self-love. I will not allow my friends or my family or my partner to ever think they're unworthy of anything. I genuinely believe they can all reach the goals that they want, they can all have the careers that they want, they can all find the love that they deserve, and that they all are so beautiful. But for some reason, I cannot get those thoughts through my own head, and I never have been able to. Now, the one thing I want you to remember is that all overthinking, all self-talk, especially negative, mostly comes from external forces, not internal forces. You weren't born saying that you don't like yourself. You weren't born saying that you're ugly. You weren't born saying that you're unworthy of love. You weren't walking around when you were 5 years old telling yourself that you look fat. All of those things come from external forces, and that's something that I've had to come to terms with. Now, the one thing I will say is that this particular thing works for me, but the reason it's working is because I'm putting extra work in behind. So what I do is I personify my self-talk. My self-talk's name is Jeff. He's a white man in his late 40s. He has reddish kind of hair, has a really bad hairline, a big bald spot, really sunken eyes, and he sucks. He doesn't like women, and he specifically doesn't like me. So every time I have any negative self-talk, that's Jeff. Jeff tells me I'm fat and ugly. Jeff tells me that I'm not worthy of love. But I know Jeff is talking bullshit because my rational mind, which is Lexi, tells Jeff to shut up now. And every now and then it doesn't work. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it does work a majority of the time. I'll give you an example. The other day I was playing a basketball game and we were in our fourth quarter. It was a grand final. I was in a tournament. And I was sitting on the court, I was standing on the court waiting for one of the other girls to take a free throw, and Jeff popped into my head. I'd been pretty good for the first 3 quarters. I'd been pretty focused, and all of a sudden Jeff popped into my head and he's like, "You're the reason they're going to lose. You're going to lose the ball. You're not going to make any shots. You suck. You shouldn't be here. Why are you in a team that's in a grand final? Why are you even on court?" He also told me that I looked really ugly in that uniform, which I didn't, by the way. I looked cute. But I told Jeff to shut up, but not in the way that you think. I said to Jeff, I acknowledge your presence. I understand that you're saying these things, but for now I don't have the time, space, or capacity for you, so I'm going to compartmentalize you for a moment, and we'll talk about this later. And when I say that, I mean we'll sit down later and I'll get to the root of why I actually have those thoughts, because that's the second part of this. You can personify that self-talk in your head, but if you don't sit down later and take those thoughts out of that little box that you've compartmentalized those in, they're just going to sit there and they're going to stew. Now, when you do take them out, you need to be in a safe space. If you are around people, safe people, and you need to start digging as to where those thoughts have come from. For me, that kind of self-talk comes from old coaches. It comes from ex-partners. It comes from me thinking that there's a specific way a basketball player should look and I don't look that way. There's a lot of things, right? And I'm able to go and think about this and think about the root of that and understand that that thought process that I had wasn't real. I don't suck. I wasn't the reason the team lost. None of that was real. It was just Jeff having a chat to me because he thought it was a great time, because my head was particularly empty at that point. When I'm in a basketball game, I am trying to focus. Jeff pops up a lot in my life, sometimes to the point that I am dismantled on the couch and unable to move. And it's hard for me, it's hard for my partner, and it's hard for my friends to understand why I haven't replied to them in 4 days, because my self-talk has been that bad that I genuinely think I don't deserve their love and I don't deserve their responses. Now, the reason I'm teaching you this today is because it's something I learned in therapy, but it's also something that has stopped me from living my life. My own self-talk has stopped me from doing a lot of things, including going to the beach in a bikini, including wearing dresses and clothing that I love, but I can't because I have a stomach or I don't feel particularly great, including doing my makeup. And the biggest thing of all is being vulnerable with people. I have been unable to do that because I genuinely still don't think I'm worthy of love. My current partner is really helping with that. But when you are at the point where your self-talk disrupts your life as much as it has for me, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. You need to go and seek professional help if you are at that point. But if you do need an in-between, if you don't have access to professional help right now, please try this. Please personify that self-talk and understand that It is okay not to feel okay. It's okay. This happens to a lot of us. You're not alone. But I need you to get up and do something about it, because I don't want you to stop living your life the way I've stopped living my life because of my self-talk, because I genuinely didn't think that I was deserving of having somebody who loved me, of having friends who were consistent, of being great, of being somebody who can reach for their life goals, of having that skill set to reach for life goals, because I have it and so do you. Now, if you've made it to this far in the video, I can almost bet that you can think of multiple occasions where your self-talk has stopped you from doing something, whether that's following a career path, following a goal, quitting your job and doing something that you love, falling in love with somebody, understanding that people do actually like you, stopped you from wearing that dress, wearing that bikini, going outside, all of the things that it stopped me from doing. And I'm here to tell you that you need to make a move for yourself. You need to go and get the help that you deserve so that you are able to live your life to full capacity. You have the skill set, you are worthy of love, you are beautiful, you have the ability to make the world a better place. Don't let your own self-talk, the negative self-talk that comes from external forces, get you down. You need to sit down, you need to think about the sources of that self-talk, think about where it stems from, and then you need to create a better life for yourself. And this is step one: personify that self-talk. Understand that you can compartmentalize it, and it doesn't need to overtake your mind and the situation that you're in when it does pop up. Understand that you have power over your own thoughts, and you have power to sit down and tell it to shut up and think about it later. Let me know if this worked for you. Let me know if you've personified your self-talk and who they are. I'd love to know. I'll see you soon.